Here are some things to look out for. Ad. Chevy claimed to make the most trucks sold in the last 10 years are still on the road, but it looks like they're twice as dependable as Toyota trucks. That is, until you take a closer look at the numbers on the left. You can see that the figure for Toyota is about 96.5%. The scale only goes between 95 and 100%. If it went from zero, zooming in on a small portion of the y-axis is the difference between the things being compared. And it's especially misleading with bar graphs, since we assume the difference in the size of the bars is proportional to the values. But the scale can also be distorted along the x-axis, usually in line graphs showing something changing over time. This chart showing the rise in American unemployment from 2008 to 2010 manipulates the x-axis in two ways. First of all, the scale is inconsistent, compressing the 15th month span after March 2009 to look shorter than the preceding 6 months. Using more consistent data points gives a different picture, with job losses tapering off by the end of 2009. And if you wonder why they were increasing in the first place, the timeline starts immediately after the US's biggest financial collapse since the Great Depression. These techniques are known as cherry picking, a time of how many people watch the Super Bowl each year makes it look like the event's popularity is exploding. But it's not accounting for population growth. The ratings have actually held steady because while the number of football fans has increased, their share of overall viewership has not. Finally, a graph can't tell you much if you don't know the full significance of what's being presented. Both of the following graphs use the same ocean temperature data from the National Centers for Environmental Information. So why do they seem to give opposite impressions? The first graph plots the average annual ocean temperature from 1880 to 2016, making the change look insignificant. But in fact, a rise of even half a degree Celsius can cause massive ecological disruption. This is why the second graph, which shows the average temperature variation each year, is far more significant. When they're used well, graphs can help us intuitively grasp complex data. But as visual software has enabled more usage of graphs throughout all media, it's also made them easier to use in a careless or dishonest way. So the next time you see a graph, don't be swayed by the lines and curves. Look at the labels, the numbers, the scale, and the context.
Okay, I think that's it. Actually, that's it's eye opener for us. How to present your data. Sometimes it is misleading, distorting our own research data. That is not acceptable in scientific world. With that, I would like to thank for the opportunity for me to be present this small presentation for our fellow friends out there. Thank you. I think I want to conclude this. The greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do it. This is, I personally believe we are capable of doing many things. Why can't we produce a good publications from India, which is lacking many of us, those who are working in academics and clinicals. Thank you once again for for your participations and your attention. Over to Imanshu.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for such a great elaborative session on the much needed topic, and even I would say much lacking topic for the physiotherapist. So, sir, we are really grateful to you that you spared your precious time to share the knowledge with us, and we will hope such kind of cooperation in future too from your side. And it is an immense pleasure and a matter of great honor for us. Now, sir, I would like to request you, can we take some queries? There is one query, I think,
Yeah.
you have.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So there is a question in the chat box, sir, from Poonamati ma'am. She is, I think, assistant professor there in SRM Ministry channel. Now there is a query. from their side. Can you see
Okay.
the chat box, or I should narrate it?
Yeah, can you narrate it, please?
Yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely. So the question is like, in a study, we take two group of patients, one with dysfunction, another without dysfunction, and we get assessed 3 questionnaires for them. The sample does not follow a normal distribution. In this case, can we apply Mann-Whitney test because it's an observational study?
That's very good questions. So it has got two groups. Take two groups of patients with a dysfunction. I think if you are using this, you can, since it is not a continuous variables, it is the kind of um, uh, the observational study. You can go for the non-parametric test where you can use the median and interquartile range, not mean and the standard deviation or standard error. Yes, I think you can use Mann-Whitney for this.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And from Purnamati ma'am also, the compliment is also there, the excellent presentation. And
Thank you.
I would say, sir, it was a excellent session today that we learned a lot of about the statistical analysis and their pitfalls. Now there is one more query, sir, from Nayanika. So when do we use the JED test?
When do we use?
JED test.
See, Z test, when you want to use comparing two means, two population means.
Okay,
When
sir.
you want to see the differences between two population or two groups, sample means, so where you can use a Z test.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. So it was really such a great session, sir. And
Thank
we are,
you, Himanshu, for hosting this.
yeah,
I hope everyone benefited out of this.
yeah,
I hope
definitely, sir.
we will able to see more publications and quality publications from our physio fraternity. That is why we are taking this initiative, promote research among our fellow people. There was another question.
Yes, sir. There's one more query.
Oh, just a minute.
When we should use the chi-square, sir? So different.
Okay, when you use the categorical variables, when you want to use the frequency differences. So for example, okay, chi-square. If I put it a simple way, okay, suppose someone is want to study about smoking and cancer. It's a very, a common example that we get. How the smoking causes cancer. We can say like smokers and non-smokers. When we smoke, how many of them developed cancer? How many of them did not develop it? When the non-smoker, how many of them developed cancer? How many of you did not develop cancer? When you do this cross tabulations, you can use this chi-square.
There's the last question, sir, from Jiten, sir. What is the difference between MANOVA and ANOVA?
I think it's a very tricky question, huh? Okay. Are they using any? Can I talk to him?
Yeah, sir, definitely. Jiten, sir, I'm just allowing you to speak up. You can speak up now.
Yeah.
Jiten, sir, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello, yes, sir.
Yeah, very good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, so it was an excellent presentation,
Thank you
and
very much.
really we could learn the basics also, and plus it will really help in, like you said, for the publications and all.
Mhm.
Thanks a lot. So I
Yeah.
just want to know, like, what Yeah, it's generally the difference in multiple ANOVA and ANOVA that we do normally.
Yes, I think if you have a ANOVA with several dependent variables, you have many multiple variables associated with your study, where you can use this MANOVA, that is multivariate analysis of variance. It simply means that when you use ANOVA with several dependent variables, right?
Okay.
Are you working on this?
No, so actually, this I had my dissertation thesis. So at
Okay.
that time, I had used this.
Okay.
That was published also. So,
Okay.
but still, I'm not very much clear as exactly when to use it and how to use it. That is the main thing. So I just had a query regarding that.
I think in nutshell, what I could explain you now is that when you use several dependent variables for your study in
Yeah.
your study, so in that you can use this the MANOVA analysis. I think it's kind of ANOVA with these several
Yeah.
dependent variables.
Yeah, multivariate.
Yeah, multivariables.
Okay. Okay,
To
sir.
see the
Thank you,
interaction
sir.
of different independent variables interactions in a for the with the your dependent variables.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And sir, I
Thank you.
request you to give your email ID also in case like I would like to talk to you or
Sure.
maybe
I'm sure.
contact you.
I'll just text you there.
Yeah.
I'll just put. Wait. Gmail.
And so one more query I had.
Yes, sir.
So how do we calculate the power of the study, sir? Because is it really required that we should have earlier studies and based on that we calculate the power, or how do we calculate that, sir?
I think it's better to go with your previous published publications.
So by chance, if we are going with something novice, then how do we calculate the power of the study, sir?
I don't get it. Say it again, sir.
So in case like we don't have a previous study on that, we are doing something really new.
Okay.
Then how do we calculate the power of the study, sir?
Just a second. I think I have done it before. I think there are some formulas. Jatinder sir, actually what you do now, you may, I will share some article on this because I haven't.
Yeah. Okay, no problem, sir. Yeah.
What
You
I
shared your
do,
email, no? So I'll get in touch with you, sir. Or
yes,
you,
yes. I will share with, what is it? Because this is, I haven't calculated, for my study as well. Imanshu, I cannot share my, I
Sir,
cannot.
your video, yeah. So I'm just seeing, just wait.
Yeah, got it. Jitendra, actually, no, I haven't done its power analysis for my one because since I have used the calculated samples, actually my sample size was not much for
No,
my
sir, you're
intervention
the
as I
host
did
now
the
again.
pilot work.
okay.
Just the pilot study which I did for
Yes, sir.
my intervention. So I haven't done the power analysis
sir.
calculation for my study. I mean, that is a better
Okay, sir.
area to explore. I mean, I can read through and get back to you. Maybe you can email me for your queries.
Yes, sir.
I
Definitely.
will help you out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Jitendra.
I'm sir, really grateful to you for an excellent session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your critique. My pleasure.
So, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for such a great elaborative session. And even though we are really grateful to you for providing your contact information, so if anybody has any query, they can contact you later also. So
Yes, actually,
thanks.
I'm looking for something which is, kind of collaborative research. If anyone want to, do a research with me or with my institute, we are most welcome. I think I have, more than 10 PhD students. They are currently, working on different innovation. So if you want to do some innovative project, want to do a collaborative research, you are most welcome.
Thanks, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Imanshu, for organizing such things.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
We are also thankful to the all senior faculty members who has joined us. My own teachers, Harsh sir, Charu ma'am, Ritu ma'am, and the very senior faculty members Kalpana Jutsi ma'am, and Jiten Munjal sir. I think we also has joined with, I think Ganeshan sir also in between, Tiger Rajan sir, and Poonamati ma'am from the SRM, and Amita Anu Sharma ma'am from the Dubai. So we are really grateful to you all for sparing time to join us and to continuously supporting and blessing us. And special thanks to the Jiten sir and Kalpana ma'am for continuous support and extending their support always. So thanks a lot to the Suresh sir for such a wonderful session and a great learning ahead in this session. So we'll definitely hope for such contribution in future too from your side, sir. And even though and any of the participant would be able or would be interested in doing some collaborative work and all with you, so it would be a matter of pleasure and honor for him and my way. So thanks a lot, sir, and thanks a lot for the such contribution. And at the last, there's the information that tomorrow we have a session. Actually, it is like a kind of interactive session, especially for the young budding physiotherapists and the students. We will talk about the career prospects abroad in the physiotherapy. So if anybody wants to work and go abroad and study there, so it can be a more informative session for him or her tomorrow. It is Sunday tomorrow, and we'll have the session at 2 p.m. in afternoon. So stay tuned, stay safe. We'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you again, Suresh sir. Thanks a lot. Stay safe, stay tuned. Bye-bye. Good night.